Jennifer, and I am filming my very first 10-minute Craft Dash video, so I am quite terrified, actually. This is something that I'm not used to putting out there for all the world to see, but at any rate, I am super excited about today. I wanted to show you kind of basically how I do my Craft Dash, and we'll see if I can actually make it. I have this supreme talent for picking cards that are a little bit too ambitious for the time frame that I'm given, and so we'll see if we can actually make it. I'm going to be using this set. It is the Badonkey Donk set by There She Goes Stamps, which when I first saw it, I loved it, had to have it, and then once I got it, I was like, when do you ever tell anybody to kiss your Badonkey Donk? But anyway, so I am going to use this set today. The color scheme that I'm working with is basically a craft brown, as well as a green, a lime green, and then a chocolate brown. So here in just a second, I'm going to have to step away from the video just for a quick second to go and die cut what's going to be my focal image. But I will keep talking, even though you won't be able to hear me as well. So before I go, I am going to take a really deep breath, and then I'm going to set my timer on my iPad for 10 minutes, and we are going to go from there. So, deep breath. All right, let's go. We're 10 minutes on the clock. All right, so I am die cutting my focal image right now. I'm using Spellbinders in my Big Kick, which are actually kept on a different table than my craft desk, so it'll take me just a quick second to get back over. And while I'm over here, I do need to cut my card base, which I'm going to be cutting out of craft cardstock. This is probably something that I should have counted as one of my supplies and just gotten it done a little bit earlier, but I didn't do it, so I am doing it right now. Alright, I'm on my way back over. Alright, so this is where our image is going to be. I am going to go ahead and score my card base. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but I am going to score it at 4 1/4. So we've got it right here. Again, I don't know if I'm on camera. I guess you're seeing just the tip of the card. Sorry about that. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my card. Okay. I do want to distress the edges of the focal image, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly. I'm using Vintage Photo Distress Inks, and I'm going to do this as lightly as I can because that ends up being kind of stark on the white cardstock, but some of that is what we really want anyway because of that. Again, we're using, the color scheme has a little bit of a chocolate brown in it, so I want this to look a little bit rough. Okay, so I've done that. Before I come back to that, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and, I want some other donkeys to show up on the card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with some Versamark ink. Alright, I'm going to use this little donkey here. I don't know if you can see him, but he's super cute. I want him to poke out a couple of different places. The sentiment that I'm using is, it says, "Thanks for kicking it with me," and basically, I'm using that because my aunt and my cousins were in town this past weekend, and I never get to see them, not nearly as much as what we would like, and so it was just so nice to be able to see everybody and to get out and to do some things. We were celebrating my aunt's big birthday. I won't tell you which one, because she would probably kill me if she ever saw this video, but it was a big one, let me tell you. So we got to go out and do a couple of really fun things, which is great to see them. I'm going to use this other donkey now, the one that's looking over his shoulder that I just love. Hopefully you can see this on the background of the card. Just a really cute accent. I am going to have my focal image showing up right about right here. So I kind of want this guy poking out from behind there. Maybe like right there. Just kind of saying, hey there. So I'm going to do one more right up here. Right there. Alright. One other thing that I am going to do just for some added interest is I want to put some burlap down on the card. So I'm going to use this burlap ribbon, which is my very favorite in the entire world. I love it. and use it probably more than I ought to. Anybody who follows my blog probably knows that I use this a lot, but I love it. It just has so much more texture than regular ribbon. Here's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go right here. It's actually pretty darn perfect. Normally I wouldn't adhere this with this kind of glue, but I'm going to really quickly. Let me give you an update. Right now we're at 3 minutes and 58 seconds. So far so good. Of course we haven't stamped the main image or started to color him yet, so we'll probably need to put it in gear. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so that's that, and I'm going to now go ahead and stamp my main image, which I am going to be stamping with a Memento Rich Cocoa and then coloring with my Copics. Okay, so since I'm using the Thanks for Kicking It With Me sentiment, I ought to use the donkey that's actually kicking it. So I'm going to use him. I'm going to put him up a little bit high on this so that I can draw some grass in there for him, plus my sentiment's going to be down there on the bottom. Okay, so for the donkey I'm using E33, 35, and 37. And I'm going to go a little bit differently than what you would probably do. I'm at 5 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm going to go dark to light, which is not normal, but something that I kind of want to do today. I don't know why. I'm not going to be super careful about going down to the very bottom. I kind of feel like I want to, that's where a little bit of the shine from the light source would be. But I also can't just be too terribly particular given the time frame of what we've got going on here. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to come in with the E35. Get him on his belly. I'm not going to go right up to the very top of his back because that's where, again, I think he would be the lightest because of the light source. Likewise on the tips of the ears. Again, this isn't exactly perfect, sorry. He's a donkey. What does he care? Who's he got to impress anyway? So, whoops. A little bit outside the lines on that one, but that's okay. I'm going to go in just a little bit darker right here. Here we go. And I'm going to come in with the E33 and just, uh-oh, I missed a tail. That's what happens when you're trying to do it fast and on video and you're talking the entire time you're doing it. And this leg back here. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the E33 and kind of get his back. Kind of push some of that color in, get the tips of his tail. I'm going to get some of this stuff in there done. Here we go, maybe a little bit down here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm at 7:18. So far so good. I do want to come in just a little bit more in this area right here. And then I'm going to get his muzzle. I'm not sure if it's called a muzzle on a donkey. I think it is. Alright. And then I want to come in with a little bit of green just to do a little bit of grass. Okay, so for the green I'm using YG25 or for the grass. And then I'm also going to come in with some YG17 just as an accent. And then I'll come in with the sentiment. Okay. Alright, and then the sentiment, for the sentiment I have done something that might make some of you freak out, but I do this quite often. I've performed a little bit of surgery on it because I want it to actually fit on the bottom here, and it wouldn't have. the way that it's set up. I'm at 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to do thanks for kicking it right here, and then with me right down here. Here we go. So that's our sentiment. So I'm at 8:57, so I've got just one more quick thing to do. This is what typically gets me. I'm going to put on a little bit of dimensional adhesive. So we'll see how I do with this. I'm going to take off all these little sticky backs. I'm at 9:16. That's kind of close. Okay. Put that on right there. And then I'm going to tie a quick bow with my burlap ribbon. 9:36, coming down to the wire. Perfect. Okay. 9:48. Okay, using one of these little goopers on the back of my bow. And I'm at 9:58. 9:59.3. And there it is. There is the card. Oh my. Okay, so 9:59.3 doesn't give me any time to finish up my bow or to kind of fix it, but I think it's a pretty darn cute little card anyway, especially for 10 minutes. So, yeah, I'm kind of digging it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you will also participate in the 10-minute craft dash. I would love to see what you do. So, thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.